Okay, so let me show you this new commercial by Toyota Camry. This car called Camry. The word Camry links to the Japanese word for crown. And this commercial is showing obviously and unashamedly the rise of the Antichrist taking over the world and establishing a counterfeit kingdom on earth. Unbelievable. So this is really to show you this Luciferian Antichrist agenda that is bombarding the airwaves with this propaganda, showing the rise of this false figure Antichrist. And really through that we can see that there is a direct attack on Christianity, and that this only proves that the Bible is the truth and that the real kingdom of Jesus Christ is what is to come past this deception. This is showing in that black void this recreation. You see how that light there is cracking through this digital counterfeit transformation by this Antichrist Nimrod figure. Jesus said, if you hear of one in the secret chambers, do not go there. So this is showing that counterfeit Christ. Look at these individual particles are these cubes. And it's a digital transhuman recreation in the abyss. This is what they would reference as the Big Bang, and this transfiguration of the universe. This figure walking up here, playing that Nimrod, you can see that he's got that masculine, feminine side. He's wearing makeup, and you can see that the feminine characteristics are in this masculine figure. So that's a depiction that we see time and time again of this androgynous, transgender Antichrist. It's actually in their teachings the achieving of balance between the male and female. So this matrix forms a seat in which he sits, forming this transhuman So we can see the forming of that throne that he sits on in the womb, in this chamber. I mean, if you've seen my videos before, we've seen this time and time again, that they show the same things over and over. So this is a digital matrix forming here. You see like the projection, it's computer animated, it's CGI, it's not a real recreation. This is a blasphemy against God's creation, and it's forming with this man who is exalting himself above God to sit on his throne on the horse, the red horse, mind you, a representation of war, and also a cross-reference to the bull in the secret chambers, forming together. And this is where he takes his seat. This is Nimrod, Osiris, that Tammuz character, He's exalting himself in that position. You see the lights of the car go on there. The modern man's horse is the car. So this is the red horse, which implies division and war, as per the book of Revelation. And you'll see that it's the false peace, because it as this begins to ride, it looks like a peaceful, it's bringing peace, but really it's the red horse, and he's bringing war. He's standing in the place of Christ, just like we were prophesied in the book of Daniel, to take over the world, this Antichrist kingdom, the man of sin, son of perdition in 2 Thessalonians, and all of this combined showing this Jesuit secret society, Freemasonic deception, and ultimately we're talking about is the Luciferian agenda and the biblical prophecy of the end times. You can see he's on the runway, so he's ready to run. This is ready to, the seals to be opened, as we're told in the book of Revelation, that Jesus Christ opens the seals. Not as they depict in this Luciferian propaganda, but we see loads of flashes here. We see that we flash to the blood, so it's coming down to a cellular level. This mark of the beast, we flick onto the brain. All very quickly here, the audience who are watching this wouldn't be able to catch this imagery. This is subliminal messaging, bringing the fire on a cellular level, the mark of the beast, affecting the brain. You see, very quickly there, we flash between the brain and this energy going through a plasma ball. You see that? The plasma ball? A rewiring of the brain, the circuitry in the brain, look. This energy affecting the wiring of the brain, and the single eye symbolism, the eye focusing, so it's like this is taking over someone's mind. The pulsing through the eye, and you see all sorts of weird orb symbolism, and then finally cracking through through a portal, almost through the veil into our reality, this what has come from the other side of the veil. So this is a deception from a different plane of existence, from the other side of the veil, and the release of this Red Bull. So let's just show how quick that actually comes, Bam! And bang, straight cracking through the matrix, through the veil. So he rides, and this is a reference there. You see that the camera pans across the stars, so he's coming through, from a different place onto this earth. And also it's interesting in the Bible that the stars are used to depict the offspring of the peoples of Israel. So you can see that this is counterfeiting. Your descendants will be as many of the stars, and you can see that this is about coming to the promised land. So it's deceiving people through acting as that Christ figure. It's actually a counterfeit transfiguration. This wave, digital wave coming across creation, standing in the place, exalting himself as Christ, because mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. This is trying to be that king. He's trying to be the king of the universe, but it's a deception, sent by God, mind you, that all those who sought after unrighteousness may be sent this strong delusion. And you see the golden dawn here, which is what the secret societies are always talking about. The sunrise, the golden dawn of this new age. You see the mountains bow down and the single eye of Nimrod. And as the car goes along, you see that it's starting to affect all of nature, that this dance of nature is bowing down to this false figure, and this is Luciferian propaganda. And it's about the emergence of this new utopia kingdom on earth, which is a direct mirror and copy of the true kingdom of Jesus Christ that will truly come. But this is just a mirage. This is a CGI. You can see it's CGI. It's false. It's It's this great delusion that comes before the real thing, and the real millennium of Jesus. You see the oceans roaring there, and the path here is made straight. Another symbolism of the Bible which is being copied and counterfeited by the enemy. And the parting of the clouds, just like Jesus said, that the coming of the Son of Man through the clouds. This is again copying that. And Zerah, the seed of this new age. Look at that. That is representing the seed, the birthing of this counterfeit new age. The seeds from the crops. Bam. Ice and fire, fire and water. This birthing, this sex magic, birthing this, and Mother Nature, the mother and son. This is their Isis, Osiris, the mother goddess, and Tammuz, the Gaia, the female energy, the divine feminine, just like the Catholic Church promoting Mary, that Diana figure, an Isis figure, this Mother Nature, and the son, Tammuz, the false Christ. They're always showing the same thing, and him riding into this modern utopia, the counterfeit kingdom. And this ties into this dominion theology, which we keep seeing over and over again, about the 7 mountains, they call it, just like there's 7 hills in Rome, building the kingdom here by force, taking over the government, the music, the education, etc., etc. This counterfeit theology, where we are the ones that will build the kingdom to its fullest physically on this earth before the return of Jesus. And this dominion theology ties right into all of the age-old deceptions of the Knights Templar, and which have re-emerged in the year 2013, by the way, according to this official website. So the Knights Templar taking dominion over the earth. And this is exactly what this is showing here. You see here this kingdom, this utopia, and it's the same agenda as the Freemasons. It's the same agenda as the Luciferians. It's the same agenda as Islam, the Caliphate. It's the same. You see this same theme, and the New Apostolic Reformation, NAR. Some of these liberal churches are falling right into this kingdom now theology, building this utopia on earth, and it's actually just the same agenda as the beast, 666, the man of sin, dominionism over the whole earth as a counterfeit before the real Jesus returns, and he establishes his kingdom, this true kingdom. And so you can see the truth in what they're copying. This is what is the strong delusion in which those who seek after unrighteousness will fall into. So we need to stay on track, and we need to stay focused and praying and seeking Jesus Christ, being his disciples, to tell of the true kingdom that is to come, and to warn as watchmen of the counterfeit which you are seeing right before your eyes. The start of something striking in every sense, the fire starter. The start of something striking, striking also in his image, because it's that vanity, that, image of the beast. So looking striking as well, looking like something beautiful, but really it's not. It's war is peace, because that's exactly what the motto of the United Nations is. Remember, this is a red car here. Sudden destruction comes with this false peace. So it looks like a peaceful scene, but really what this represents is war. This is a war horse. It's to take peace from the earth. It's a false peace. It's standing in the place of Christ. Nimrod, the Antichrist, the Knights Templar rising to dominate the earth for the New Age, the Gnostic New Age of the divine feminine, replacing God with Baal, for this mark of the beast and this counterfeit utopia, and that many will perish if they do not toe the party line. Counterfeit coming in the clouds, Son of Man, birthing of the bull. Counterfeit kingdom of the Antichrist. And that is what they're showing. Camry crown. Here in the Strong's Concordance, diabolos, the word for diabolos, the devil, slanderer. You see this explains it exactly here. Look, are you making charges that bring down and destroy? Satan is used by God in his plan as a predictable wind-up toy, playing out his evil nature. So really that gives us a good summary of how the enemy is being used to fulfill a much greater plan, that everything works together for the good of those who love God. So that this is actually in eventuality establishing the true kingdom of righteousness of Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, who will return to this earth and make everything new. And we will live in the true kingdom, the true millennium. And this counterfeit is separating the wheat from the chaff, you know, the wheat from the tares. This may eventually lead to such a strong and amazing hope and joy that we can all look forward to. A place without sin. And as this says here, that Satan is used by God in his plan as a predictable wind-up toy, playing out his evil nature. So what will be is all part of God's bigger plan. So let's keep our hope and keep the strength. Next video I'm going to explain and show more about the danger of this divine feminine kundalini deception, counterfeit spirituality that's rising and affecting the church. It's some churches as the abomination that's standing in the holy place. And remember that this really is representing a wonderful hope that every knee will bow and every tongue confess that the true Jesus Christ is Lord. In certain similarities to this, that all of nature will be released from its bonds as he comes back to this earth, the true Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, and that he will build the true kingdom and bring the desolate land to fruition. He will make the dry places fertile, and that he is in control, none of us. And that we look forward to this, and that his power, his truth, he makes our path straight. He brings truth and life to the world. So even on the back end of this, he will come through the clouds. We have a hope. Do not be discouraged. All of these things will pass away, and the true Messiah will come and bring the new Jerusalem. God bless you all.